So when you're ready to perform shrapnel, you take out your tin. Remember, there's a gimmick and a regular pin and a ring and a magnet inside. So before you approach the table or the group of people that you're performing for, you open up the tin, you take out the gimmicked pin, close the tin, place the pin on the back of the tin. There's that rhyme again. So now you're ready. Place the tin on your hand, open hand like this. This is a very open, fair display. And I mean, now you can lift up the tin like this. If you're careful and don't push the pin accidentally, you can just let it stay there. No one will see this as long as you don't flash the bottom. So just be aware of that. So say, I want to show you something. Watch. And you open up the tin. Now, this is important. It's not a deal breaker if they see the magnet, but there's no need to show them the magnet. So what I do is I don't put too much attention on what's inside the tin. I don't do this. I just open up the tin, I pull out the pin and the ring like this. Okay, I keep the tin lid like this so they won't see the magnet. If they see the magnet, it has the same color. It could be anything lying in there, and the magnet isn't that important for the effect. It's just for what I'm going to show you in a second, and to make sure that it doesn't make too much noise in your pocket. But general rule, don't put too much attention on it, and again, it's your performance. You decide what you want to show people, what you want to put an emphasis on. And in this case, I open up a tin to show them something that's coming from the tin, and that's it. So now I hand them the pin and the ring. Remember, this is the regular pin that can be opened. And then I close the tin, and remember, I have the hidden gimmicked pin, the key pin underneath. So as the spectator takes the ring and the pin, we'll get into patter later when I go through the full routine, but you hand it to them and they open the pin, and all focus is on the pin and the ring. So I just take the box, I put it in my back pocket, and as I do that, I just jam my whole hand down there in my back pocket, and I slide off the tin, and I keep a hold of the gimmicked pin. And as my hand comes out, I have two options now. I can either bring it out and palm it, hiding it secretly in my hand. There's no real palm here, at least in the stand-up version. We'll get to a sit-down version later on. But if you want to, you can try to finger palm it. It's a bit slippery, so it's not that easy to finger palm a pin like this, unless you open it. And, oh, you can't open this, so that wouldn't make sense. The other one you can open and just jam your... No, don't do that. It's not easy palming a pin like this. You could thumb palm it if you want to, but I normally just keep it in my fingers, hand down by my side. It's not important like this. So in a finger palm-y position, or a finger rest position, more like that, with my hand just relaxing and keeping track of where the pin is in my hand. So now I can, as I said, two options. I can pull my hand out, look at them, take the pin that they've just removed the ring from. If they close it, perfect. If not, I just take it and I close it myself. So now, I'll put the ring away just for a second. So now I grab the pin from them, move it to my right hand. Okay, remember I have a finger palmed gimmicked pin in my hand. And as I do that, I swing my hand down to my side. No one's chasing me at this point. There's no magic. They've just seen the pin. They've opened it, maybe closed it again. This is a regular safety pin. It's not like an ornamental box with dragons on it and secret doors and stuff. This is just a regular item as far as they're concerned. So I take the pin. I'm not afraid now, but I'm going to do a very bold switch. I'm going to swing my hand down by my side as I take the ring from them, and I'm going to bring the pin back into view. And now I've switched the pin. So now this is the gimmicked pin. This is a very bold, very easy, pretty much self-working switch, but it takes a little bit of getting used to doing something that open right in front of people. But we'll get into it. So basically what I've done is I've taken the real pin, the gimmick pin in my finger palm, real pin at my fingertips. So my right hand is doing something as my left hand is doing something else, but let's take the right hand first. Right hand is swinging down to my side, and down here the pin is going to get stuck to the magnet in my back pocket, so the magnet inside the tin. So I'm going to swing down and just place it on the outside of the pants pocket, so it sticks to the magnet, and then as my hand moves back out, I push the gimmicked pin into view, and it's so fast. Like, the movement is something like this. Take the pin with my right hand, hand swings down, and it comes back up. Nothing to it. But what makes this work and makes this fly by the spectators is that as I take the pin, I focus my attention on the ring that they're holding. Okay? So I either just go for the ring and use this as misdirection for my hand swinging down and placing the... Oh, sorry. This is hard explaining and doing in slow motion at the same time. So what's going on is I camouflage the actions of my right hand with my left hand and with the focus of my eyes. So as this hand goes down towards my back pocket or the outside of my back pocket, my left hand focuses all its attention on the left ring and my eyes. I look at the spectator, I look at the ring, and I go to grab it while my hand swings down. So now all focus is here on my left hand as the switch is happening in my right hand. So people will forget this motion of me just my hand relaxing by my side and coming back up. And remember, it's not like the hand's not hiding behind the back and doing a quick switch behind the back. It's just slowly going down to the side, ditching the real pin on the working pin on the magnet, and pushing out the gimmick pin. So, and the push out is just the thumb pushing it up, so it's approximately at the same position. So yeah, the action gets hidden by me retaking the ring from the spectator. So that's basically the switch. So that's the first variation, where you immediately bring out the hidden gimmicked pin in your hand after you've put the box away or the tin away. The second version that I most often use is putting the tin and the gimmick in your pocket, but secretly retaining the gimmick in your fingers as you pull your hand out, and then immediately placing the gimmick on the outside of the pants pocket for later retrieval, like in a few seconds. Quick note here, when you put the tin in your pocket, you don't want it towards the middle of your body, like towards the butt section of the body. You want it on the outer side, so on the right side, as far to the right in the pocket as possible. So closer to here than to here, if that makes sense. Okay, and the reason for that is it will make it much easier for you to put the gimmick on or the other pin for that matter, on the magnet and retrieve it again afterwards. So, but I steal out the gimmick and immediately place it on the magnet this time as the spectator is unhooking the pin and taking off the ring that I have asked them to. So now I can come out and show my hands empty. Remember, the spectator is holding these two. So I can show my hands empty as we talk about what they're having in their hands, blah, blah, blah. We'll get into presentation later on. And as soon as they've seen my hand, it's empty, or I've wiped my brow or adjusted my glasses, something like that, my hand swings down and I steal the pin once more. So now I'm in the position from before where I have it in my finger rest, finger palmy position here. And then I go into the exact same thing as you saw before. So just two different variations if you want to show your hands clean before the thing, or if you don't, completely up to your performance style. So, stealing the pin, placing the other pin in my hand, hand swings down, place it, do this, go back up. Let's do the first link. This is what I like to call dexterity for everyone, because I'm in charge of my own titles for the different moves in this project. So hey, let's have fun. What I like to do is start out with a very open display. Now, just to recap, you've just opened the tin, pulled out the real pin with the ring on it, handed it to the spectator, and done the switch. So you have the gimmicked pin in your right hand and the ring fingering in your left hand. Okay, So I like this open display. You don't have to do this. This is mostly for when performing for other magicians. I do this so they're completely sure that there's no extra things in my hands. You can also just hold out your hands like this and show the pin in the ring. Now, what's important here, the most important thing is that the finger ring is on the middle finger of your left hand and the middle joint of that particular finger. The reason for that is when I close my hand, I want to make it look as if I'm just closing my hand around it, so the ring is somewhere in there. But in reality, I need to keep exact track on where that ring is in my hand, because in a second, without looking, I'm going to have to link this gimmicked safety pin onto the ring. And what the spectators are supposed to see is this, me closing my hand, putting the safety pin into my hand, letting go of the safety pin so it melts through, and now they're suddenly linked. But if I don't control the ring or the position of the ring, then this will be really hard. So I sort of finger palm the ring as I close my hand. So now it's at this position in my hand, okay? And I'll try to do it from this angle. So it's at this position in my hand. I close my hand around it, but I don't close it into a tight fist. I close it more like this. It's going to be more like only the outer joints of the finger that's actually bending. And then I take the pin, I place it into my hand, and this is an important position. When the pin goes into my hand, I place the gimmicked side of the pin, and this is important. The slit in the pin has to be on the right side, on my right side, your right side as you're performing it. So over here, okay? If it's over here, it won't work. It has to be over here. And it's very easy for you to see, because you know when you have it in your hand, you know what to look for. The spectators don't, so they won't see it. So I close my right hand, keeping control of the ring here, and then I put the pin into my hand like this, and this is when it happens. My thumb will push on the pin here, just on the opening, so it will push the pin in. My right hand will actually twist a little bit, just a fraction of an inch, like this, so the pin will link onto the ring like this. And it's just it's a feeling thing. You will know this when you play around with it, but again, to the spectator, it looks as if you put the pin into the hand like this, but in reality you link it as soon as you place the pin in. And it's just this is really easy, but it's very hard to explain. But as you try this a few times, you'll be able to find the right spot to place the pin to make this work for you, okay? And the thumb is doing most of the work here. So, as I've placed the pin in my hand and I've linked it onto secretly, I'm doing this very demonstratively to show you how I'm doing this. This can be done very smooth as you place it on, just smooth like this. No one sees any motion on the fingers. Now, what happens next is my ring finger twists the ring a little bit, so it pulls on it with this part of my finger here. So it pulls on the ring a little bit, because I don't want the ring to be completely horizontal. That's not horizontal, vertical. I don't want the ring to be completely vertical. I want it angled to make room for the pin to just slide down. And I'll show you that again. So the pin is linked on the ring. And now I pull the ring just a little. This is all happening while my fingers are closed. So it's just a small movement like this. Just not back and forth, but just once back. Okay, so like this. So I can now let go of the pin, or let go of the pressure up here, so the pin slides down. And now what's happening is I'm going to give the impression that this is not a magical sleight. This is not me penetrating steel through steel. This is more of a dexterity thing. This is me showing off skill on par with the person that takes the stem of a cherry and puts it in their mouth and does this, looking sexy and tying a knot on the thing. Which is awesome in some places and disgusting in others. But it should be something like this, more that people look at me doing something that's, wow, in a second he can open the pin in his hands. And remember, this is not me saying it, but in a second he opened the pin in his hands, put the ring on, closed the pin again, and threw it in his hand, and now it was suddenly linked. So this is more of a skill-based thing than a magical moment for me. Okay, just to show them that, yeah, that I have skill, and that makes it much stronger in a second when I melt off the ring at a different part of the pin. Yeah, so that's basically it. So I do the wiggly motion just for half a second or something like that, and then I go, and now the ring lands linked to the pin in my hand. Now this is important because everyone will look at the pin and the ring, and some might go grab it immediately. You don't want that to happen. You want complete control of this, since it's a gimmicked pin. So at this point you don't want them handling it. So what I immediately do is I pick up the pin by the top, by the portion that's normally where you open the safety pin, and I look at the pin at the bottom, and I see if the gimmicked side, the one with the opening, is on my right, because that is where I want it. Okay, I don't want the gimmicked side on my left. That's a no-no. You want it on your right. Okay, and you want the pin tilted this way so the ring hides the fact that there's a hole in the pin. So if you tilt it this way, then there's a big chance that the spectators might catch this, so that's not good. So you want to pick it up and tilt it like this. Now you know what to look for. You know it's a gimmick pin, first off. They've just had a real pin in their hand that they've opened, and so to them it wouldn't be possible to have a hole at the bottom of the pin, because if you had, the pin would fall apart. If you take a pair of pliers and cut a regular pin there, the pin will fall apart. So that won't work. That's logic. That won't work. So they won't suspect this. But if you hold it like this, you're clear. This is pretty much angle proof if people are looking from above. So they won't see a hole, and it's a fair display. It's a clean display. You can also hold it by the side like this with your left hand, so now they can actually see that the pin isn't opened, that it's closed and locked. So this is the first penetration dexterity for everyone. Very fun, very simple to do, very difficult to explain. Seems like there's a lot going on, but it's actually really, really simple when you get the basic understanding of it and try it out in your hands. Enjoy! So you have the ring linked onto the pin like this. So the gimmicked side of the pin is on my right, or your right, as before, and the ring is dangling, covering all the dirty stuff that no one should see. Okay, so you want the pin angled like this. Now my hand moves in front of the ring, and what it's supposed to look like, and there's a bit of a discrepancy here, but it flies by when you perform it. It's supposed to look like me taking the ring up like this and then melting it through the side of the ring, the pin, like this. But what's going on in reality is, in very exposed view, me twisting the ring as I move it up like this. Of course this wouldn't work because everyone sees what's going on, but this is the basic mechanics of it, that the ring is being twisted to the left. Does that make sense? I'm not twisting it to the right, I'm twisting it to the left, away from my left hand. So the front end, the one that's currently facing towards you, is being twisted to the left. So it's the back side of the ring, the part that's towards me, gets pushed out of the opening like this as I move my hand up. But all of this is happening behind my hand, like this, as I do this. Okay, I'll do that once more, because there's more going on than that. So this angled pin is going to be more vertical. So I'm gonna do this as my hand covers the pin and the ring, and I twist it, move it up, pull it off. I'll go into details about this in a very exposed view in a second. But at the same time, my right hand is re-gripping. Okay, so lots of stuff going on here. And the reason it's re-gripping the pin is because I want to hide the gimmicked part under disguise of showing, not telling, but showing that the pin isn't open and making it very clear that it isn't open. So as I twist, as I hide, cover and twist the ring and move it up, my fingers move down and cover the gimmicked end of the pin like this at the same time, and I blow and very slowly melt the ring through the middle of the pin, of the left side of the pin. So let's do this part again. Hand goes underneath, fingers on the right side, thumb, that's also a finger by the way, but the other fingers and the thumb on each side of the ring. I twist and make the ring go clear of the pin. Push my fingers, and this happens all at once. I push my fingers backwards and the ring out, using my fingertip and my thumb actually as a guiding point on the pin, like this, up here. And at the same time, my ring finger goes and covers the pin, and the pin is getting pushed into the fleshy part of my finger here, the gimmicked end of the pin. And my fingers move down. I try to grab this with my ring finger on the outside and the thumb on the back, okay? I think I might do this a little bit different from time to time because I've used all my fingers, but this would be the ideal position. Pull my my index finger back and my ring and pinky back, so I'm holding it very cleanly. Move the ring up here, and then I put focus on it by moving my head closer and blowing. If people are standing right in front of me and it's COVID season, I won't blow in that direction, but then I'll just look at it and I'll move my fingers aside. And now you want the pin to follow the ring, so it looks like it's coming out from the exact center of the ring. Okay, so you don't, if I angle it like this, you don't want to do this, pulling them like apart at an angle. You want to pull it apart like this. Okay, but aimed at the spectator's eyes. So you want to, but that's like, yeah, that is not necessary. You just need to pull them apart very slowly and magically, like they're melting through. And I always make a sound. I go something like that, because again, I make sounds. But this is like a really beautiful penetration of the two pieces of metal. So basically, it looks like this from behind. Okay, let's do that again. Again, very hard doing in slow motion. Okay, like that. Really, really beautiful. Practice, practice, practice. It's a bit difficult, this one, but it really looks good.